Many of you have been asking for a Town Hall 18 ranked base specifically for the lower leagues, and today I've got exactly that. This base is built for Electro League and the leagues below it, and it has been defending almost every attack under 80%. I'll also show you the defense replays later so you can see exactly how it performs. So let's start with the base breakdown. This is an anti-2-star double rage tower base. And yes, the first thing you'll notice is how compact it is. Most people see a compact base and immediately think it is weak against backpack plus arrow. Normally, I would agree. But this base is built for lower leagues, and that changes everything. You have to understand the difference between high legends and lower leagues. In high legends, attackers know exactly how to use the backpack and giant arrow together. They carefully plan the angle, calculate the value, and then build the entire attack around it. But in lower leagues, most attackers don't do that. They rely heavily on spam attacks. And even when they use the backpack plus arrow trick, they usually just throw it down without much planning. That is exactly why this base works so well. When an attacker looks at this layout, they immediately get confused. Where do they send the giant arrow? Seriously, look at the outer wall setup. Most players won't even know where to start. And there is a very high chance the giant arrow gets absolutely no value. Not low value, zero value. That is a huge difference, because if the arrow gets no value, then the backpack loses most of its strength too. And that is why you really don't have to worry much about the backpack plus arrow trick on this base. Now let's talk about Duke Charge. Because I know some of you are already thinking, wouldn't Electro Fangs get crazy value on a compact base like this? And honestly, that sounds reasonable. But there is one thing that makes this base different. Every single section of the base has toxic DPS. The damage output is ridiculous. Yes, the Duke might chain through a few buildings. Yes, he might get some value. But before he can even reach the important defenses, there is a good chance he is already gone. That is how much damage this base puts out. The Rage Towers are boosting so many defenses at once that even a high HP hero, like the Dragon Duke, struggles to survive. And that brings me to my favorite setup on this base. Usually, anti-arrow setups are designed to protect key defenses. Maybe the sweepers, maybe the air defenses, maybe a fire spitter. But this base does something even better. The attacker can't even predict where the arrow should go. That is the real strength. Because when attackers cannot predict the arrow path, they can't reliably remove sweepers or air defenses. And once those defenses stay alive, air spam becomes a nightmare. Just imagine dragons constantly getting pushed backward by sweepers. At the same time, they are taking damage from raged defenses. And while all of this is happening, the air bombs are waiting for them. Speaking of air bombs, let's talk about the craft defense. This base runs air bombs, and honestly, the max level air bomb craft defense is terrifying. Most people think it only helps against air attacks, but that's not true at all. It also works incredibly well against ground armies, especially thrower attacks and healer-based smash attacks. Because of the large range, those air bombs can even reach and kill healers. And we all know what happens when a ground smash army loses its healers. The attack falls apart almost immediately. That is another reason this base consistently gets defenses under 80%. And honestly, many attacks don't even reach 70%. Unfortunately, I lost my defense log because the season reset. But I can tell you one thing. I finished rank 1 in my league using this base. And trust me, I am not some amazing attacker. My attacks are average at best. Most of my trophy gains came from defense. That's how good this base has been. Now I bet most of the things I've explained already surprised you. But there is another setup that makes this base even more annoying. The defensive clan castle. I've tested multiple combinations, and the best one by far is 1 furnace, 1 witch, and the rest headhunters. This combination works perfectly on this base, and there are several reasons why. First, poison spells don't get full value. The attacker can usually poison either the furnace or the headhunters effectively, not both, so part of the clan castle always survives. Second, if the attacker ignores the headhunters, their heroes get absolutely destroyed. And when heroes fail to get value, the entire attack usually collapses. Because let's be honest, at Town Hall 18, heroes are the most important part of any attack. The troops are there to support. The heroes are the units that create the biggest value. So if the heroes get shut down early, the rest of the army rarely recovers. And that is exactly what this clan castle setup is designed to do. Now, some of you might occasionally face royal champion charge attacks in lower leagues, but honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about them. RC charge isn't nearly as dominant at Town Hall 18 as it was at lower town halls. The base naturally doesn't give great RC value, and even if an attacker somehow gets a strong charge, they still have to get through the rest of the base without many spells left. And looking at the amount of DPS in this layout, that's almost impossible. So that's everything about the base breakdown. Now, I'll show you the defense replays. Watch them carefully because you'll see exactly how these setups work in real attacks. Pay attention to how attackers struggle with the giant arrow, how the rage towers keep defenses alive for a long time, and how the defensive clan castle helps collapse attacks. Here are the replays. And that's it for the defense replays. You can copy the base link from the description below and try it for yourself. Let me know how it performs for you and what kind of defenses you get. Also, if you're in a different league and need a base specifically for your trophy range, let me know in the comments and I'll post one. I've already shared bases for other leagues and other town halls as well, so make sure to check those out. And if you found this helpful, leave a like and subscribe, because I'll keep posting more bases that are actually tested in real attacks. I'll see you soon with more bases.